Neal, congratulations. It wasn't all plain sailing for you, but ultimately job well done.
In the end, absolutely. In the end, it was really angry at half time.
Really?
Both me and Coxie. I sent him in to be bad cop before I came in, and then
I
ended up was meant to be good cop, and I ended up being bad cop as well. No, it wasn't good enough first half, and we worked really hard to know every game's different, and every game needs a different approach. And I thought today needed tempo. Right from the word go, I said to my team talk was first throw in, pick it up, put it in behind them, run in behind them, back the play up, get in their faces, earn the right to play. So when I saw us playing backwards and sideways and square and pedestrian and predictable, and just playing everything that I said, I was fuming. So the boys were told that. We changed the shape, told them to run around, basically gave them a shape.
All the technical stuff.
All the technical stuff. gave them the shape to run around, to run out of their shape, and credit to them, because second half they were excellent.
Because it, for a time, felt a bit after the Lord Mayor's show, didn't it? Which is odd, given that you made 7 changes.
It was always my worry, but again, we made some changes, so I was expecting all the boys that stepped in to be fresh, and they caused us some problems. Credit to them, their goal was really well worked. But despite, sometimes you can get anxious about the wrong things. Despite their goal, they didn't create bundles of chances. They just got control of the game, and that frustrated everybody in the stadium, including me. But when you actually look back and see all of the chances that happened during the game, I think you'll see most of them came to us.
A couple of worrying moments though, like you point out, 2 minutes into the second half, all of a sudden the game really opened up and it was end-to-end stuff, and they've got a golden opportunity to make it 2-1 again. I guess you if you were angry at half time at that point, you're apoplectic, which is I don't know how to spell.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it either. I thought, we didn't start great in the second half. We got a couple of things wrong that we talked about, but the key was, and we wanted to run hard, running behind them, whether it be with the front 3 or whether it be with the midfield 2 that were in advanced, and we did it quite regularly after that. So whether that was the wake-up call we needed, I don't know, but the half-time team talk should have been.
Had you not got a goal back in that first half, were you going to make changes at half-time? Was Michael Doyle going to come on there and then?
I don't know. I was looking more at the shape and how if you make changes too early, you don't leave an ace up your sleeve for later on, and you can get niggles and injuries. So I looked at it and thought, let's see if we can change the shape within it, and we went brave because we had Enzio playing as an 8. But it worked because we got Cal higher up and he got his goal. And from then on, with Jim and Enzio driving forward from midfield, I thought we had much more of a threat.
Talk to me about Cal Roberts. Scores a lovely goal on Saturday, another one today, and he was a nuisance to those Aldershot defenders all night. He's got lovely devilment to him.
Yep, good player, really good player, really exciting to watch. And like I say, when we get him the ball in good areas, that there's a chance something can happen, and that he's not the only one. Enzio, Christian Dennis, all of our sort of advanced players, even people like Jim O'Brien from midfield, they've all got that creativity in them, and we're going to need it.
There's always pressure on the manager over his squad selection, but particularly so when you change a winning team and change it by making 7 changes. But I guess that's all game management, all player management at this point with so many games.
There's going to be a lot of people who don't like me if they keep wanting me to keep a winning team. We're not going to keep a winning team. We're going to keep, 1 week Tom Crawford's outstanding and people want him to stay in the team. Next week somebody else is outstanding. It's the way it is, and hopefully by the players not knowing who's going to be freshened up and who's not, and who's going to get their chance, they'll keep themselves fit, they'll keep each other at it, and when they get in, they'll have the capability physically of putting in a high performance. And I think today these boys' stats would have been high by the end of the game.
You're up to 3rd in the National League now. It's still tight. Yourselves 4th, 5th, all on 60 points. It's only goal difference that separates you. But what does going up to 3rd mean, if anything?
Nothing. Always say judge us on 46 games, and whether we drop to 12th with games in hand or not, we did that the other week. We dropped that to about 10th, but we had games in hand, and you need to win them, and we have. Now we've got to keep going, or drop a couple of games, and before you know it, we're back out of it. That's how tight it is. That's how good the teams are around it. We've got to get to a points total by 46 games that the other teams can't match. A
bit of housekeeping injury-wise. How's Sam Slocum doing now?
Yeah, he's stepping up. He's starting to come back. A little setback the other week, but it wasn't nothing too serious, and his back is feeling good now. So they're all, Ben Turner's joining in training, but needs the fitness work through training. So's Regan. So we're stepping them all up. Zoom hopefully next week. So yeah, we've got that one midweek where we haven't got a game. It looks like coming up, and if we can get to that point and use this squad well, then hopefully the others might be knocking on the door by the time we go into the final running.
Just finally, Christian Dennis with a couple of goals this evening. That first one, the lob, is quite something.
Yeah, I like it. I like the header more because I know Deno's capable of the lob, but people putting their head in, getting across people in the box is something we work hard on. Great delivery, cut back into the second 6-yard box, timing of the run, stuff we work on. So that one I enjoy more. I told Deno and Carl Wooten on Friday when I named the team, I said get ready for Tuesday. So they knew that I was going to be true to my word and start, and I knew today would be a sort of game. Deno at home, if we get chances, is going to take them. You
told a few of them, and tonight then get ready for Saturday.
No, I'll keep that one. I'll keep that one under me hat.
Fair enough. Well done. Thanks for your time.
In terms of level of anger, how angry were you at half time? Angriest you've been this season?
I don't know. I can't remember. I've probably been angry a few times. I was angry, but I sort of tried to take a few deep breaths. I always go in my office first, and we decide the approach we're gonna make. And I said to Coxie, "You go and get in there and get stuck into them." And then I was meant to be calm, but somehow lost it as I was going to do it. It's frustrating as a manager when you know what the game's going to need right from the word go, and that's your team talk, and then you watch a team go out and for 25, 30 minutes do the complete opposite of your team talk, which is it's rare for this group of players. Games and you've got to work it. Other games they're going to try and press you higher up the pitch and get spaces, and you need to. They're the ones you need to move it a bit quicker and run a bit harder.
Has it gone better than what you expected these last 3 games? I mean, did you imagine picking up 9 points out of 9?
No, not when you looked at the games. I know we're capable of it, but we didn't. You never presume. We had the 5 games before the semi-final, and we sort of in our minds put a points total. Last time I did that was before or around Christmas, and that one worked out well. So it's good to do it again. But yeah, if you'd have said to me, you'll have 9 points after the first three games, I would have snapped your hand off.
So how did the players react at half-time when you were grilling them?
I think they reacted well, because other than that first little bit at the start of the second half where we got ourselves in a bit of 60s and 70s, I thought the rest of the half was everything that I wanted. We run hard, we run in behind, we turned it in behind, we wasn't worried about playing slow. We won a lot of seconds, we won the battles, and I didn't just shout at them, I challenged a few, and I know a few of them. When I say to him, "Are you happy that someone's coming to our patch and doing this to you?" And I knew it would rile them. So when you put that out there, sometimes you get a reaction.
Are the group like that?
Oh yeah, there's winners in there, and if you not embarrass them, but tell them what somebody's doing to them on their own patch, then sometimes that you get the reaction you want. Sometimes you can get someone sent off. They react the wrong way. But I thought today, if we ran harder in the second half and we was really at it, I thought we could go on and win the game, and we did.
How proud are you of them for the way they've managed this last week or so?
Yeah, absolutely, everybody, and it's not just the players, it's the staff travelling long hours. The staff work incredibly hard, incredibly planned. We all work together as a group, even from Jason Turner, CEO, who's arranging everything ahead of time, the travel and that. We're right at it, and it's a really tough schedule, but we're not sort of looking going, God, like that. We're looking, clapping our hands together, and sometimes players get rested and left back, from travelling so that they can stay fresh for the next game. Staff can't; they've got to be at everyone. So we're excited, and we're looking forward to seeing what hopefully we can bring at the end of the season.
You're chasing third. That's the spot that you'd like. You're there now. What challenge does that present moving forward?
Nothing new. It's not a case of chasing third. It's a case of chasing the points total after 46 games. Because no good being third now and 8th after 46 games. And 60 points isn't going to get you in the playoffs. 60. We've got however many games to go, and we've got to get. If we want to finish in that top 3, I think we've got to get to probably 78, 79, 80. I mean, I've got the averages over the last 5 years on my wall. I think they'll be a bit lower this year because the leagues are tight. But in previous years, 74 you've needed to get 7th as an average, and I think it's something like 80 or 82 you've needed to get in the top 3. I think it might be a bit less, but we'll aim for what the average is and see where we end up.
Well, just a final question. I saw you laughing on the bench when the corner, was it Dejan Kelly-Evans, struck a shot and it deflected off the player and the referee gave a goal kick?
Because I couldn't believe they weren't going to give a corner, and I just said to them, credit to them, because sometimes officials get so dead on, they've made the decision, that's it. And credit to them, we turned to the fourth and just said, come on, because we all saw the same thing, and the fourth was telling him it's a corner, and the ref went, okay, and changed his mind. And that's good refereeing. And credit to them. I said it to them just then when they went in, you work together. That's what you want. You want all four of them to work together to try and make right decisions.